Hey, what's up? Today we're looking at microphone options. Now, if you're like me, I was on a budget when I started. I still want to be on a budget. And finding a really good sound source, a good microphone to use is important to me. I want to make sure you guys hear me. I want to make sure you guys hear everything I have to say, everything going on around me. So in this video, I'm going to take 4 microphones, a Rode kit mic, 2 different Comica mic, and a Lavalier knockoff, and we're going to compare those along with the camera audio. So don't go away. Hey guys, it's Steve from the future. One thing I forgot to mention is that both the Comica and Rode kit mics are both shotgun style microphones. Forgot to mention that. Also, you really should wear a pair of headphones when you listen to this video. That way you can hear the performance of the different microphones. Okay, that's it. Back to the video. Okay, and now what you're listening to is a Lavalier knockoff by a company called Powered to Wise, and I bought this quite some time ago on Amazon. I would recommend having this as a backup microphone if you don't mind having a small digital recorder in your pocket, because it picks up ambient noise like footsteps. It picks up, you know, the knock and clatter and components, things that you might mess around with that add ambient noise to your video. So I would recommend this as a backup, and also something just to pick up the environmental noise if you want that in your video. This is a Lavalier from Power to Wide. Okay, and now what you are hearing is the Lavalier mic. I'm outside. You should probably hear some sirens in the background, maybe a fountain. I'm out walking on the patio. I've got my arm, the camera is about arm lengths away. So you decide, Lavalier knockoff. Okay, and now what you're listening to is the Rode kit mic, which came with the camera when I purchased it. Paid $6.99 on Amazon, which included the lens, a camera lens cleaning kit, and the Rode kit mic. I would not recommend this mic. And as you're listening to it, you probably hear a lot of interference, which I believe is coming from my Wi-Fi router in the adjacent room. I would not recommend this microphone. There's just too much interference in this microphone. Okay, and what you're listening to now is the Rode kit mic. It's mounted on the hot shoe right above the camera lens. You should be able to hear the fountain in the background. There's a little bit of a breeze. I'm using the foam slip-on pad over the top of the microphone, which came with the microphone. You should be able to hear traffic noise in the background. Okay, time for the next one. This is the Rode kit mic. Hey, this is Steve from the future again. I realized after watching the Canon internal microphone test, it was way too short in the indoor environment. But what you should notice right away is the echoing and very hollow tube-like sound that you're hearing. You're listening to the internal Canon M50 microphone. Okay, and this is the camera microphone. You can probably hear the fountain in the background. You might hear some traffic noise. There's a little bit of a breeze. You might hear the wind puffing on the microphone of the camera. There was a slight adjustment to the camera settings in order to have the meters peak about the same for all the other microphones. Okay, this is the Canon M50 built-in microphone. Okay, and what you're hearing now is the Comica CVM V30. It does not have a preamp. It's just plugged into your camera, and you adjust your camera audio settings. So take a listen, see what it sounds like. Sound pretty good? The dog ran through the park and fetched up the frisbee. Okay, and what you're listening to now is the Comica CVM V30. It is mounted same location. It's in the hot shoe. There's a little bit of a breeze. You should be able to hear traffic noise. You should be able to hear the fountain in the background. I'm holding it the same distance away as the other microphones. I adjusted the camera settings slightly, just actually brought it down a little bit because this microphone is a little more sensitive than the Rode kit mic was. Okay, this is the Comica CVM V30 Pro. Okay, and this is the Comica CVM V30 with no 10 dB preamp power boost and no low cut filter. Those are two options you can apply to this microphone. So let's hear how that sounds. I'm now going to turn on the added 10 dB boost and the low cut filter. I won't adjust any of the camera settings so you can tell what that sounds like. Although normally you would want to adjust those camera settings after you've applied those two settings. Okay, now you're hearing audio with the low pass filter and a 10 dB boost using the preamp built into the microphone. I didn't adjust the camera sound settings, so what do you think? Sounds pretty good. This microphone is under $60 and I think it's a really good buy, especially if you're just getting started and you want to hear some good audio. Okay, and this is the Comica CVM V30 Pro. This is also mounted in the same location, mounted at the hot shoe. You should hear traffic in the background. You should also hear the fountain. There's not much of a breeze right now, but you should probably hear the difference. I did have to lower the camera sound settings quite a bit to keep the meters within the same range as the other microphones. This is a much more sensitive microphone. The current settings are set to normal. There is no additional 10 dB preamp added, nor is the low pass filter enabled. Now we're going to switch that on so you can hear the difference. I'm going to leave the camera sound settings the same. Okay, now camera settings were left alone. I've added the additional 10 dB preamp feature and turned on the low pass filter. I can hear traffic noise. I can slightly hear the fountain in the background. I'll walk a little bit closer to it. This is my most favorite microphone. Under $60 on Amazon. You can hear the fountain in the background. Okay, there you go. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you got something out of it. Maybe it'll save you some money. If you're just getting started and you want to, step up your game from the camera microphone, or you had maybe a lavalier that you've been carrying around, which, by the way, isn't a bad backup to have. But if you want to keep the prices down, you might consider the Comica CVM V30 Pro. It's under $60 on Amazon. It, in my opinion, records excellent audio. All of these microphones went right into the camera itself, so there was no syncing that you had to worry about if you were recording from two different sources. So thanks for stopping by. I hope you enjoyed the video. Catch you next time. W0KNI Clear.